Hello and welcome to Bangkok, the most popular tourist destination in the world. A city built over dozens of canals, it offers something for everyone, from quiet scenic temples to a vibrant nightlife. But we're here at the Impact Arena for the 2018 Total BWF Thomas and Uber Cup Finals, the men's and women's World Team Championships. We started with 16 teams in both the Thomas and the Uber Cup. Those 16 teams were divided into 4 groups of 4, and over the first 4 days of competition, every country played every other country within their group, with the top 2 teams qualifying for the quarter-final knockout stage. We had the semi-finals yesterday, which means today that we have the Uber Cup final before the men's Thomas Cup final tomorrow. Well, as I say, we started with 16 teams from every corner of the globe. Japan were the #1 seeds, and China, the defending champions and 14-time winners, were the #2 seeds, with Korea and Thailand seeded 3 and 4. So from the 16 teams at the start of the week, we're now down to just 2. And it's a day when history is being made, because for the first time in the 61-year history of the Uber Cup competition, Thailand are contesting the final. They're up against Japan, the 5-time former champions, but today they're trying to regain the title and lift the trophy for the first time in 37 years since their last victory in 1981. So let's take a closer look at how both Japan and Thailand reached today's final. Japan, as the #1 seeds, were obviously in Group A, where they won all of their ties without conceding a match. So all ties won 5-love. Canada were the other qualifiers for the quarterfinal knockout stage from that group. Thailand, the #4 seeds, had a much tougher time in Group B. They only beat Chinese Taipei 3-2 in the group decider, although the tie had already been won before the 5th match. We then had the second phase of the competition, the quarterfinal knockout stage. The winners of the 4 groups were all seeded, and all 4 progressed through to the semi-final, where Japan beat the 2010 winners, Korea, 3-1. But the real shock and the delight for the home fans happened in the bottom half of the draw. China, the defending champions and 14-time winners, had the remarkable record of having reached the final in every Uber Cup competition they had participated in. And that meant they had reached 17 consecutive finals. But yesterday they were beaten 3-2 by Thailand, who had previously only ever reached 1 semi-final, and that was 6 years ago in Wuhan. So today, Thailand become only the 9th different country to contest the Uber Cup final. And they are obviously hoping that with the home support, they can become only the 6th different nation to lift the magnificent Uber Cup trophy in the 27th edition of this prestigious competition. Well, China with the traditional, Japan with the traditional team huddle just before proceedings get underway. And of course, Japan have an extremely strong team, but the talking point is all about Thailand. They've mixed up their doubles pair, but as expected, in the first women's singles, we have 2 former world #1s. Akane Yamaguchi for Japan up against Ratchanok INTANON, the 2013 world champion. Then for Japan, the world #2s, Fukushima and Hirota. And this is where Thailand has changed their partnerships. They've split their top 2 pairs. Kitihara-kun is today playing with Supajira-kun. Then the second women's singles, and it's the reigning world champion, Nozomi Okuhara, up against Nichiron Jindapon, who yesterday had a great win over Gao Fangji of China. Then in the second women's doubles, well, what a strong second women's doubles for Japan. The reigning Olympic champions, Matsutomo and Takahashi, up against Prajongjai and Teirat Tanachai. And if we get down to a 5th match in the tie, it is 2 players who have remained undefeated in the Uber Cup campaign so far. Sayaka Takahashi up against Busanan Ongbangarangpan from Thailand. So what a tremendous lineup we've got. Thailand's huddle, the delight for Thailand last night when, and it was last night, it was supposed to be an afternoon session, but they finished in the evening. A thrilling semi-final victory over China. And as we look at the first matchup, Morton, that really was sensational. It was a big shock, but what an atmosphere last night.
It was absolutely awesome, wasn't it? We were here and we were watching, and the match was going on for, I think, 6.5 hours or so. It was a long match. Yes,
it certainly was. But I need to ask you about Thailand's selection here. Splitting the top two pairs, who have both been playing extremely well in the Uber Cup campaign. Any thoughts or any theories on why they would have done that?
I think perhaps they were looking a little bit to the match Japan played yesterday against Korea. Korea fielding this extremely young team, and they're up against number 2 and number 4 in the world in the women's doubles. They made a split pair, and Kim and Shin actually went on to win 21-19, 21-15 in that first women's doubles. So maybe this is the kind of magic they're looking for.
Yeah, the fans here being treated to seeing how both Japan and now Thailand made it through to today's final. It's an interesting theory, but I don't know of the Thailand pairs ever playing together before within the partnerships in which they are selected. So it is a gamble, but you think it's a gamble worth taking?
I definitely think so. Honestly, I do. Because as I said earlier, Japan is such a force in the women's doubles. The two pairs are number 2 and number 4 on the world ranking. And yesterday they were shaken up by Korea. Not only did the first women's doubles lose, but the second women's doubles in Matsutomo and Takahashi, they went the full distance against the 2 youngsters. They were only 17 and 18 years old.
Yeah,
the world junior champions.
The world junior champions, yes,
yeah,
indeed.
Becca and Lee, and they fought tooth and nail. So I think maybe Thailand is drawing a little bit of inspiration from this.
Yeah. Well, as if they needed more inspiration, I thought, especially the singles players. Of course, it was the singles players yesterday that really delivered for the host nation, Thailand. The Japanese team make their way to the Japanese team bench behind the courts. And it's always nice, Morton, the way that the players get so involved, and even if they're about to play, they seem to be there sitting, supporting. Of course, they'll be very next. And even if they're about to play, they seem to be there sitting, supporting. Of course, they'll be very next. Atmosphere, you've got atmosphere, you've got to new heights that they didn't think they could achieve.
Yeah, I agree with you to a certain extent.
Home ground and the crowd is suddenly going against you because they are not living up to expectations. They can completely backfire. It all depends on the culture and the nation you are in. Yes, and I suppose also the character of each individual player, because some feel intimidated by the pressure. Because
the fans so want them to perform on the home stage, whereas others relish the opportunity of performing in front of home fans. It's very much, you're right, an individual player scenario and how they cope with that sort of pressure. But this, as you can see, will be the 19th meeting between these two players, and of the previous 18, Akane Yamaguchi holds the advantage. But the last time that they played, Ratchanok INTANON won, and that was in the semi-final of the Malaysian Masters, the first tournament of the year. And of course, Ratchanok went on to win the title in Kuala Lumpur. So I did wonder a little earlier on whether Akane Yamaguchi was in fact a little bit injured. She didn't seem to be moving with the speed that I usually expect from her. 20 years of age, although she'll turn 21 next month. Not the tallest of athletes, that equates to just under 5'2". But she was world #1 for 2 weeks last month. So far, the #1 player from Japan has lost just one match so far. She wasn't selected against Canada, as you can see, but she lost against the current world #1, Tai Tzu Ying, in the quarter-final against Chinese Taipei. A marathon match against another former world #1, Saina Nehwal. And in fact, she came from 16-20 down in that deciding game before winning it in 54 minutes. So 6 straight points to close out that win against Saina Nehwal. And I was watching that. It really was quite incredible. So to her opponent, and Ratchanok INTANON, the 23-year-old, she was world #1 also for 2 weeks, but her 2 weeks were in April 2016, after she had just won the Indian, Malaysian and Singapore Super Series titles back-to-back. 3 Super Series titles in 3 weeks. No other player, man or woman, has done that in singles discipline. So that's a huge achievement for the former world champion. Won her title, her gold medal in Guangzhou in 2013. She, like her opponent, has been beaten once, and like her opponent, it was against the current world #1, Tai Tzu Ying. That was a group match, though, for Ratchanok INTANON. 3 games it was, and as you can see, Ratchanok has played all 5 matches in this Yuba Cup campaign. So Akane Yamaguchi, 1 match less than her opponent, having been rested against Canada. And the party seems to already have begun. The fans in fine voice, the teammates are ready to dance in the aisles.
What a way to put it.
Isn't this tremendous? History being made. And that always makes the hairs on the back of my neck just stand up. Eric Kurtz from Denmark is our umpire for this one. And Crystal Tan from Malaysia, the service judge.
Thailand, represented by Ratchanok INTANON. And on my left, Japan, represented by Akane Yamaguchi. Japan serve, love hold, play.
So the 27th Yuba Cup final gets underway. Just wide.
Yeah, that one was just pushed wide of the sideline, but I think we already see what we're going to expect for the rest of the match. It's going to be a fight all the way. Yamaguchi was really covering quite a lot of court on that first rally, so I think this is what we can expect to see for the next maybe 1 hour. Who knows?
Yeah, I agree.
Service over. 1-4.
Just long. Morton, I don't know if you actually watched any. Morton, I don't know if you actually watched any.
She has been struggling a bit in the matches she has played, and I think you're right, she has not been as quick as what
We normally see, but she has, I think, improved a lot as the tournament progressed. So maybe she has been slightly injured prior to the event, but is kind of getting into it.
Yeah. So getting back the match fitness.
Yes, I think so. She is definitely improving match by match.
Crikey, she very nearly got that back, Ratchanok.
She did. Yesterday, Yamaguchi played against Sung Ji-hyun, and she won 21-10, 21-13. And that was an awesome display. Sung Ji-hyun from Korea never ever got into it.
Yeah. Yes. That's nice. Good use of the body attack. Should be mentioned though, Morton, given what you've just said, that Sung Ji-hyun, I think she lost her first singles to Canada, to Michelle Lee, so perhaps hasn't been in the best of form.
No, I would agree with you on that, but when you look at it, the head-to-head between Akane YAMAGUCHI and Sung Ji-hyun was actually 5-4 in favour of Sung Ji-hyun.
All right.
When they go into that match.
Yeah. Thailand coaches. Ratchanok. Oh, it's a delightful drop. Yes. Well, I've noted already in these very early stages, Morton, a couple of times Ratchanok has used her favourite round the head cross-court angled smash or fast drop.
Yeah.
And Yamaguchi has been reading it and blocking straight, and she's had to run the full diagonal.
Absolutely,
she's got to mix it up more.
Yes, and I think if she keeps doing this, it's going to be a long run for her today, because as you say, running on that diagonal can be very, very taxing.
Yeah.
But I think Ratchanok has come out a little bit more aggressive than what we normally see her. And I'm sure that's a plan between her and the coaches, that probably a small change of tactic here.
Oh, that is phenomenal. threads this down the line. Inch perfect.
Yeah, I can't remember if you were the one commentating on the Malaysian Masters.
No, I wasn't.
Earlier
No.
this year, but as you rightly said, Ratchanok went on to win it.
Yeah.
And she beat Yamaguchi in the semi-final and Taisu in the final. Is that correct?
It is.
In those two matches, on many occasions, I was actually watching on TV back home.
Yeah.
She was having difficulties serving, and we saw a little flicker of it here. That low serve she had before was way too high, and she lost it on that push from Yamaguchi.
Yeah.
And maybe that's kind of the things that's coming back into this match, which of course is so important for Thailand to win it.
Yeah. Because Japan have to be favourites in both the doubles.
You can't take away from the fact that there is a reason why Japan is seeded one.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's landed in.
Service over. 7-4. Eight, 7. Nine, 7.
Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, that's what on earth happened there?
Yeah, very unusual for such a technical good player like Ratchanok. She almost hit the carpet.
Yes.
But that's what happens sometimes.
Oh, Yamaguchi absolutely read where the smash was coming down her backhand side, and she was ready and waiting. But the run of points comes to an end. It was 4 straight points.
8-10.
Oh, you've got to challenge that. Yeah.
Akane Yamaguchi challenges ball out.
Well, that's the way the drift is going. The sideways drift, as we all look down on the court, goes from right to left. But did the drift take it enough? Indeed it did.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. 9-10.
Well done, line judge.
Play.
Back level. Well, nearer on the backhand, but there is only 1 point in it at the mid-game interval in the opening game. 10 minutes of play. Don't know what.
I couldn't agree with you more, and that's also what I was trying to say earlier today here when the game started. Was it looks like she's more on the aggressive side today. She's attacking more. She's trying to make that difference, and that's exactly, as you say, being proactive.
Yeah.
And I think that's the style of play that she's adopted for today. And
Yeah.
in my personal point of view, is the right way of doing it.
Yeah.
Play.
Don't believe it. What an angle.
Service over.
Watch where this lands. That's in front of the doubles, the front service line. Skims over the net.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won't see better than that.
No, but it was a classic way of playing. First the short backhand corner, and then the net shot to the short forehand corner. So it was a very classical way of playing, and of course Ratchanok did that to perfection.
Well, certainly no lack of effort. Many players would have just seen the net cord and given up on it.
12-11.
But once again, I know it was a lucky shot clipping the top of the tape there, but the pressure on that front forehand corner is obviously a classic, and on 2 occasions here Ratchanok has played that one, and she's got away with it and scoring points.
A little signal from the coaches there. Don't know what that means. Be indicating from the coaches there. Don't know what that means. They seem to be indicating. They seem to be indicating. Yeah, I like that. That wasn't full power. Sacrificing power for play. It's gone long. Oh, great drop shot. She does play that slow, disguised, loopy drop shot so well.
Yeah, it's definitely one of her trademarks, and it's to perfection this time.
14.
So once again, all level.
Oh, Yeah, I think that might be long on that back line, but let's see what Hawkeye has got to say about that.
Well, I think it was pretty close. Here we go. Oh, it's clearly in.
That's clearly in, yes.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining.
They've both just got one challenge remaining.
15-14. Play.
Oh, my goodness. Well, sometimes with hugely talented players, they've got so many shot options. They get in a muddle as to which one they're going to play.
You can see I started smiling when you started to say that. But yes, you are right. When you have so many options, it's not easy to choose.
It's a very odd scoring pattern, isn't it? 4 points to Ratchanok, then 5 points to Yamaguchi.
Yeah. I'll come back to it in a second. I'm trying to formulate it, trying to say something about that, because I was thinking exactly the same.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are saying about Yamaguchi that she is, sorry, inverted commas, just a runner. I do, however, agree, because when she was under pressure and was down and Ratchanok was playing these wonderful shots, suddenly she came out of her shell, starting to play attacking shots and not just playing running shots, which shows that she's a very thinking player.
Yeah.
She is, however, a lot in trouble when she's playing Tai Su Ying, because Tai Su Ying can play these disguise shots that nobody can follow.
Yeah.
And that's where she's caught because of her pin size. She's very small.
Yeah.
And when these delayed shots are coming the whole time, she's stopping, and that is sort of ruining her rhythm.
Yeah.
But here it's like she's much more in control, and you can see that she was stepping up as soon as she was being down a little bit on the scoreline. And so here we see it again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you know, you have to accept she's definitely a thinking player and not just a running player.
No, and I also believe, actually, if you look at her skills, we've already talked about her disguised slow drop shot.
Yes.
I think people get blinded because she is so fast that it's not blinded, blinkered. That they only see that instead of seeing the whole package. You're right, tactically she's good. And skills-wise, she doesn't have the same easy hitting action of her opponent today, but she has got great skills.
She has got really good skills, no doubt.
And she's absolutely applying on the pressure. 8 of the last 9 points. From 11-14 down to 19-15 up.
Yeah, she has really stepped up.
Yeah, I concur.
See again.
Yeah.
In other words, I think she felt by just trying to follow as what she normally does, you know, go in there and look how everything is panning out. She was trying to follow Ratchanok. It didn't work out. She was 14-11 down. Then she's starting to move and say, okay, I've got to make a choice here. And suddenly she's 20-15 up.
Yeah.
Just in other words.
Yeah, 5 game point opportunities. 9 of the last 10 points. There's the drop shot.
That's out. Oh. That's kept in by the drift.
And she's got no challenges left anyway. Ratchanok.
One by Japan, 21-15.
Umpire confirms 21-15. 21 minutes into the match, and that's extraordinary. 10 of the last 11 points from 11-14 down. Remarkable. 21-15. Well, if you're a Thailand fan, don't despair yet, because Ratchanok Intanon yesterday in the semi-final against China lost the opening game to Chen Yufei, a player she'd never beaten previously. She had a head-to-head of 11-4 against Chen Yufei, but she turned the match around and won in 3 games. But I have to admit, Morton, I mean, it was rather dramatic. Of course Yamaguchi played well, but 10 of 11 points, you don't expect a former world #1 and former world champion. Oh dear, there's the serve you were talking about. Not serving well. You don't expect her to lose 10 of 11 points.
No, you don't. But what happened, as I see it, was simply Yamaguchi is stepping on the pedal. She was really adding in so much pressure that Ratchanok couldn't really counter-attack it, as what we saw in the beginning of the game, where she was playing these very accurate smashes and scoring points and all that. Suddenly, Yamaguchi just changed it all around and really added on some pressure and pace.
Yeah.
2-1.
But this is the first time this week you and me, we are commentating, so I'm going to ask you, don't you feel there's a drift from this side towards the far end as well?
Depends which day it is.
Okay. Because I feel that maybe Ratchanok can make use of you know, playing slightly against the drift.
I thought on the opening days, couple of days, there was no question the drift was going, it was going faster towards the far end of the court. It certainly was on court 2. Here on court 1, it actually changed.
Okay.
And I've seen it change from day to day.
Okay, then we can't read anything into it.
We can't. We have to watch and see from the players which way the drift is going today. But the one drift that has been consistent is from right to left.
Okay. Yeah, I've been on court number 2 the last few days, so
yeah.
You have a lot more experience on court number 1 than me.
Oh, she's challenging.
I don't think the umpire saw it, in all honesty.
Oh, here we go.
I think they stopped it.
They've stopped it. Now, she did signal, in my opinion, straight away.
She did. That's why I said I don't think the umpire actually saw it.
Yeah. As soon as the shuttle landed, I thought
She signaled straight away.
she signalled straight away.
Yeah.
Let's listen. Oh, he's turned his microphone off. I can't hear him. Well, I think they're saying because she wasn't looking at the umpire when she put her arm up, he didn't recognise it as a request for a challenge. Well, the tournament referee, Pincho Stoyanov from Bulgaria, well, that's very unfortunate.
4-2.
No, that wasn't a good serve either, this time from Yamaguchi.
That's the way for Ratchanok. She's got to add on that pressure on Yamaguchi. She's got to take control of that front of the court, as what she did exactly here. That push down the middle was really well played.
She's used the body smash or pressure shot, push at Ratchanok several times, and it's been very effective.
It has. It has. And I think that's possibly the way forward for her. She's got to play her normal patient game with all the beautiful techniques and all that. But as soon as the opportunity is arising at that front of the court, she's got to go in. But
there was another example.
Yeah.
6-3.
Body smash. Missed it.
And it's called out.
Well, this is very, very worrying for the home fans. Yamaguchi with a 4-point cushion, having already won the first. Well, it's quite difficult from that angle. We'll see it from this. No, that was definitely out. It was a very good call by the line judge. So the lucky net cord.
Service over. 4-7.
They're loving it, aren't they?
Yeah, most places where we go in Asia,
Yeah.
the home crowd is just fantastic, isn't
Yeah,
it?
just love it. Well, well, well. Oh my goodness gracious. Completely mistimed it.
Yeah, there's no doubt. You can see the players really do feel the pressure.
Well, this is extraordinary. Suddenly 5 quick points for Ratchanok and she goes into the lead.
8-7.
run comes to an end, but she's played herself right back into this. I was feeling very nervous for the home player when she was 3-7 down.
Yeah, I agree with you. It was a little bit of make or break, but she really made it and scored 5 points in a row and is back in this second game. But the pressure's on. Yamaguchi is still playing really well. She had that glitch, if you can say that,
yeah,
where she made these quite unforced errors. But I actually think she's playing well. Look at that.
Yeah.
She is playing really good.
Do you have to question on that one, the lift to the centre of the court from Ratchanok? I mean, it's supposed to cut down the angles that she's able to play. Or would she have been better to lift deep forehand or deep backhand?
You can always argue, but what I think is much more important is that it's going out. Is that you play with a delay, you played with a disguise.
Yeah.
So you make Yamaguchi sort of stop in her action before she's got to move.
Yeah.
And for Ratchanok, she's making these lifts. They're actually a little bit too nice and too easy for Yamaguchi to read.
Well, it's Yamaguchi now on a run of 4 straight points who has the advantage at the mid-game interval. A 3-point advantage. Now, there's another one directed straight at the former world champion. And she's using this body attack extremely well today.
Seconds. 20 seconds.
So Morten, should Ratchanok do something a little different here? Should she change up the tactics?
I think there's only one way forward, and she must try to take the initiative in the rallies and play as fast as she can, of course cutting down on mistakes, but she's got to be the one that's playing the aggressive badminton.
Yeah.
And she, as I say, if she can play a few more delayed shots, disguised shots, I think that will help her as well, because as soon as Yamaguchi has read it, she's moving, she's in very much control and playing very strong attacking smashes. So it's for Ratchanok to avoid that, and of course shots like this is not helping.
No. Not helping the cause at all.
12-9.
Just wide. Another unforced error. And as you were saying, I mean, you just simply can't afford that in this sort of situation, let alone against another former world #1 player. Five-point advantage now for Yamaguchi.
Yeah, there's a massive difference between the Yamaguchi we see here today and the Yamaguchi we saw in the first match when she played Australia on the first day. She was playing Windy Chen, and it was 24-22, 21-19 in that first match. And then see her here today, it's just two different worlds.
Yes.
10-14.
Oh, that's nice.
But this is what I think when you compare these two players to Tai Tzu Ying. This is what Tai Tzu Ying is so good at, playing these disguise shots. And here we see it from Ratchanok, and it's the straight winner.
Mistimed it because the lift wasn't that deep. That goes down as a missed opportunity in my book.
12-14.
Now Ratchanok is really trying hard. She's controlling this rally so well until that last shot. She pushed wide on the sideline. But she was really controlling that rally extremely well.
Oh, it got deflected by hitting the top of the tape and deflected wide of the sideline. Well, I know this match isn't over yet, Morton, but surely this was, if Thailand were going to win the Uber Cup, this was one they had banked on. Nobody's ever a banker, I know that, I appreciate that.
Exactly, but they need this point.
Yeah.
They really do. The pressure will just be so much bigger if Ratchanok is not winning.
Well, it's big occasions like this where the character and the resolve of the athlete is really revealed. And the last couple of rallies, I have to say, Ratchanok has responded well, because she looked a little frail earlier to me with those unforced errors. I'm talking about mental frailty.
Yes, I do understand what you mean. And yeah, but the last two rallies just once again proved to me that, like what we see here, you've got to go in and take that initiative. And Ratchanok is doing it so well here, from 12-16 down to 15-16 now. And the last 3 points, she has really played well.
Back level. There's the slightly loose serve that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, I just remember when I saw that Malaysian Masters, and it was getting really close in that third game, and Tai Su Ying was moving up to that service line closer and closer and putting pressure on the serve, and it was virtually impossible for Ratchanok to serve. And that's when I noticed that this is one of the pressure points.
Good rally. Oh, I don't believe it. She got the short lift. And having done all the hard work, Now that isn't even close to the tape in badminton terms. That's a shocker.
Yeah, it's way off. You're so right. It's the shocker. 33 shots and the longest rally so far.
She surely knows about the sideways drift by now.
Yeah, she must remember.
Yeah.
17.
Well,
yeah.
It may have been going wide, but it was so short. I think she was right to take it and just simply play the winner.
Yeah, take no chances. I think she did the right thing.
17.
2 points from securing Japan the opening point of the tie. Perfect net shot.
Yeah, it's very good play. Normally, or not normally, but many times you see players, they freeze in situations like this. Maybe these two players make a mistake now and again, but you must say they are brave and bold. They do really play the game to the best of their ability.
That's what I was trying to express when I said about character being revealed, and these two have got good character.
Definitely. And this can spell problems. Yamaguchi did not go for the big smash.
Well worked. And the game point opportunity is also a match point opportunity. Well, that last one wasn't coming back. Put that away with venom.
Yeah, you don't want to miss one of those in a situation like this.
Match point for Yamaguchi and Japan.
19.
That's it. Oh.
Yes. Well played, Yamaguchi. Well, it was excellent quality badminton, and obvious disappointments for Ratchanok INTANON. So the first point of this Yuba Cup final goes to Japan in the form of Akane Yamaguchi. 21-15, 21-19, the margin of her victory in a match lasting 45 minutes. This the final rally.
Once again, you see the braveness of Ratchanok. She was going in there, she was really going for it, but Yamaguchi read that one well and managed to lift it over her. That was well played by Yamaguchi, but you have to admire how brave that Ratchanok was when she was playing that final point.
Yeah, she certainly was. Never shows a lot of emotion. Yeah, good bits. Still a smile from Ratchanok INTANON. But it is